currently, it's raining really, really, really bad. Not really bad, I'm just kidding, that's an exaggeration. But it's raining, and I gotta drive home in the rain. Which I don't know how many of you have actually driven home when it's raining pretty good. But it sucks. Because the interstate has grooves where everybody drives over, where most people drive. That the water collects in, everybody knows this, I'm assuming. So you start hydroplaning and all that fun shit. Well, it's not fun. I hate it. And I hate the rain. What are you gonna do? Oh, this guy's gonna try to get in there. You know, I hate when I try to be a nice driver and let people in and they don't take it. You know, it's like I could be aggressive and just be a dick about it, but I don't. I let people, you know, merge in when they want to, because I like when people let me do that. So, anyways, it's pretty shitty weather here in the Pacific Northwest. You know, in Missoula, Montana, which is where I'm driving home from right now. It's whatever. You live up here, everybody knows you learn to drive in all weather conditions. Rain, snow, sleet, ice. Something you learn. Anyways, I had a topic I was going to talk about, which was shitty drivers. Because it's like nobody seems to know how to drive here, anyways. We got the four-way stop signs, which nobody seems to fucking know how to use. It just escapes them. I don't know if they pass drivers or not. But anyways, what got me onto the subject was a work friend, I guess. Was backing out of his spot today, and some dude came flying around, ended up hitting him with his old car and truck. So they got to a little incident report, you know, call police, call your insurance, all that fun shit. Anyways, it got me thinking. Like, I hate bad drivers. I mean, yeah. You know, my parents always told me growing up, when you're driving, you know what your driving's like. It's the other people you gotta watch out for, and that's so true, because people get in hurries, you know, and they want to get somewhere, and they drive when the weather's bad, or they just don't pay attention, and they end up hitting somebody, wrecking in a ditch, you know, dying on some instances. It's like, I don't know where you're going, but I don't think it's that important where you have to put your life on the line, you know? It's like, use common sense, people. It's not that hard to drive. But it's whatever. People do their own thing, you know. That's cool. I can't fault them for that, but yeah. Anyways, that's a little spiel I had. Fuck shitty drivers. You know, pay attention in driver's ed. And just be considerate. And be patient. Like, don't drive so fast when you're going somewhere that you're going to kill yourself, or somebody else for that matter, you know? Like, you don't want to hurt another person's family or take somebody's parent away from them because they die in an accident. That's just selfish of you, really. Anyways, we'll see you later. I'm going to go home, film some more stuff, and we'll catch you in a minute. Good evening, everybody. Long time no talk. I look right to you? You like that? I don't know. Anyways, forgot to do my jams, so I'm doing them now, right? Today I'm jamming to From Time by Drake and Jenny Aiko. I probably pronounced that wrong, but just bear with me, please. From Time, Drake, off the album Nothing Was the Same, I believe. I believe that's the album, yeah. Oops. That is the album, Nothing Was the Same. Second jam is Kendrick Lamar, Untitled Track 8, off his Untitled Unmastered album. Both great jams, love them. Kendrick, I just like his lyrics pretty much, and Drake, I love Drake's music, so those will be in the description below. As for Halloween this time, we are talking about trick-or-treating. Trick-or-treating. So, I'm going to explain a little bit of Halloween right now. The main video is going to be towards the end. But the Halloween holiday as we know it is derived from a pre-Christian Celtic festival of Samhain? Samhain? That's what I'm reading, I believe. Which is celebrated on October 31st. The Celts, I believe that is. They're probably going to hate me for mispronouncing this shit. Who lived in what is now Ireland in the United Kingdom, believed that on October 31st, their Samhain holiday, that the dead would come back alive, raise up from the dead, pretty much. So they would light these big old fires and leave sacrifices to pay homage to the dead, so they wouldn't bother them. What I'm reading here is in the 9th century, Christianity spread into the Celtic lands. So pretty much took over all of the pagan religions that were there before. So during this time, the poor people would visit the houses of the wealthier families during Samhain, and they would receive these little, almost like Danish pastries, kind of, called soul cakes, in exchange for them to promise to pray for the souls of the dead relatives of the homeowners. This tells me that it was known as souling. So going door to door asking for these pastries and promising to pray for the dead was known as souling. As time came on, though, instead of just the poor doing it, everybody started doing it, and then the practice pretty much predominantly became children. It says in Scotland and Ireland, young people would take part in a tradition called guising, disguising themselves, pretty much dressing up in a costume and accepting offerings from households. In order to receive these, though, the children would have to perform a trick to get the treat. Back then it was fruit, nuts, and little collective coins. Nowadays, it's pretty much kids that do the trick-or-treating. That's pretty much the gist of trick-or-treating. And that's what our topic was about. I'm not sure if I covered that already. But yeah, kids nowadays are trick-or-treating. Nowadays they dress up like whatever, go knock on doors, fill up their pillow sacks, which is what smart kids do, change costumes twice through the night to get more candy, which smart kids do and fat kids like me do. I didn't do that though because I was fat and lazy, didn't like walking, hated it, regret it now because I can't. Trick-or-treating would be weird if I just walked up and like, hey, give me some candy. Kids, I feel like that's an important part of today's culture, is taking your kids out to trick-or-treat instead of bribing them. Oh, if you stay inside, I'll do this, do that. I had a cousin which did that, and that annoyed me. Trick-or-treating is a big part of life. Once you get so old, you can't trick-or-treat anymore. So I knew people who never got the opportunity to go trick-or-treating, which is kind of a shame because they want to get to experience that unless they're taking their kids out to do it. But then you can steal their candy, I guess. Halloween nowadays, if you follow my vlogs, you know that I gave a thing on political correctness. Halloween nowadays is starting to become pretty fucking shitty because people are saying if the costumes aren't politically correct, they're not going to give them candy. So no racist costumes like, little Mexicans with ponchos, sombreros, Indians, cowboys, cops, that kind of shit, which is for a whole different day. And you gotta watch out for your candy now too. I mean, these people are out here putting razor blades in kids' candy. It's like, what are you doing? Kill yourself if you're doing that. I mean, you're scum of the earth, pretty much. Anyways, that is trick-or-treating. It's a short little topic today, but it is a part of Halloween, so it's a part of the 15 days of Halloween. I was researching that while I did this. That's why I was looking down. Awful research, I know, but I taught you something, didn't I? Anyways, let's talk about what I'm using right now. I'm using my Canon Rebel T5 camera DSLR. Normally, on my other videos, I use my phone, which is an iPhone, for my vlogs. I like to do a lot of time-lapse on that. I edit my videos on this here MacBook Pro 2015. I bought it for school. Great computer. I love Macs. That'll be a whole different one. Yeah, so that's pretty much what I do. This right now, I use my little camera, my DSLR, excuse me, my camera on my iPhone, edit on my Mac, upload to YouTube, do all that fun stuff. That pretty much covers today's video. I want to thank everybody who's watching these, which is quite a few people in my book. Not in the grand scheme of things, because people get a million views, but I'm happy with your guys' views. I'm also happy with the comments you're leaving and the subscribes that you're giving me. It's awesome. Love it. This Friday, for all you gamers, if anybody's out there watching, I will be streaming Battlefield 1 gameplay, multiplayer. And this weekend, I will be streaming Call of Duty Infinite Warfare Beta with my buddy Angel. We'll maybe try to get him on some gameplay. That could be pretty fun. Anyways, that's it from me. We'll see you guys tomorrow. I don't know what the thing's going to be about tomorrow. I'm thinking about either vampires or werewolves, kind of doing a monster kind of one. We will see. Anyways, thanks for following. You guys have a good night. Stay safe out there. It's a crazy place. Be smart. Stay safe. We'll catch you next time.